Hey yo guys, it's a new video and today we're going to speak about JavaScript. Not to be confused with Java programming language, Javanese script or ECMAScript. JS redirects here. As Microsoft dialect used in the Internet Explorer, see JavaScript for the uses of JavaScript on Wikipedia. See Wikipedia JavaScript. JavaScript, often abbreviated JS, is a programming language that is one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web alongside HTML and CSS. Over 97% of websites use JavaScript on the client side for web page behavior, often incorporating third-party libraries. All major web browsers have a dedicated JavaScript engine to execute the code on users' devices. JavaScript is a high-level, often just-in-time compiled language that conforms to the ECMAScript standard. It has dynamic typing, prototype, object-oriented, and first-class functions. It is multi-paradigm supporting event-driven, functional, and imperative programming style. It has application programming interfaces for working with text data, regular expressions, standard data structures, and the document object model (DOM). The ECMAScript standard does not include the input-output, such as networking, storage, or graphics facilities. In case the web browser or other runtime system provides JavaScript APIs for I/O. JavaScript engines were originally used only in web browsers but are now core components of some servers and a variety of applications. The most popular runtime system for this usage is Node.js. Although Java and JavaScript are similar in name, syntax, and respective standard libraries, the two languages are distinct and differ greatly in design. History, creation, and Netscape. First web browser with a graphical user interface Mosaic was released in 1993. Accessible to non-technical people, it played a prominent role in the rapid growth of the nascent World Wide Web. As leader developers of Mosaic then founded the Netscape Corporation, which released a more polished browser, Netscape Navigator, in 1994. This quickly became the most used. During these formative years of the web pages could only be static, lacking the capability for dynamic behavior after the page was loaded in the browser. There was a desire in the flourishing web development scene to remove this limitation, so in 1995, Netscape decided to add a scripting language to Navigator. They pursued two routes to achieve this, collaborating with Sun Microsystems to embed the Java programming language, while also hiring Brandon H. to embed the Shim language. Netscape management soon indicated that the best option was to H to devise a new language with syntax similar to Java and less like Shim or other extant scripting languages. Although the new language and its interpreter implementation were called LiveScript when first shipped as part of a Navigator beta in September 1995, the name was changed to JavaScript for the official release in December. The choice of the JavaScript name has caused confusion, implying that it is directly related to Java. At the time the dot-com boom has begun and Java was a hot new language, so each considered the JavaScript name a marketing ploy by Netscape. Adoption by Microsoft. Microsoft debuted Internet Explorer in 1995, leading to a browser war with Netscape on the JavaScript front. Microsoft reverse engineered the Navigator interpreter to create its own called JScript. JScript was first released in 1996 alongside initial support for CSS and extensions to HTML. Each of these implementations was noticeable different from their counterparts in Navigator. These differences made it difficult for developers to make their websites work well in both browsers, leading to widespread use of best viewed in Netscape and best viewed in Internet Explorer logos for several years. The rise of JavaScript. November 1996, Netscape submitted JavaScript to ECMA International as the starting point for standard specifications that all browser vendors could conform to. This led to the official release of the first ECMAScript language specification in June 1997. Standards process continued for a few years with the release of ECMAScript 2 in June 1998 and ECMAScript 3 in December 1999. Work on ECMAScript 4 began in 2000. Meanwhile, Microsoft gained an increasingly dominant position in the browser market. By early 2000s, uh, Internet Explorer's market share reached 95%. This meant that JavaScript became the de facto standard for client-side scripting on the web. Microsoft initially participated in the standard process and implemented some proposals in its JavaScript language, but eventually it stopped collaborating on ECMA work. Thus, ECMAScript 4 was mothballed. Growth and standardization. During the period of Internet Explorer dominance in the early 2000s, client-side scripting was stagnant. This started to change in 2004 when the successor of Netscape Mozilla released the Firefox browser. Firefox was well received by many, taking significant market share from Internet Explorer. In 2005, Mozilla joined ECMA International and work started on the ECMAScript for XML standard. This led to Mozilla working jointly with Macromedia, later acquired by Adobe Systems, who were implementing for X in their ActionScript through language, which was based on ECMAScript for Draft. The goal became standardizing ActionScript 3 as a new ECMAScript 4. To this end, Adobe Systems released the Xamarin implementation as an open-source project. However, Xamarin and ActionScript were too different to establish side scripting, and without cooperating from Microsoft, ECMAScript 4 never reached fruition. So that was all for today. Thanks for watching a lot, and please put your likes. I suppose you liked our videos, so that's all for now. Bye bye.